fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's MegapieMan here, and welcome to another look at my map video, this time for Pass Gridiron Beta 10. I am still working on Gridiron. Now, the Roller 3 contest that Gridiron was originally made for is over. It's been over for a while now, and I've still been updating the map, trying to get it to a point where I'm happy with it, as it still has some main problems. Gridiron did not place in the contest. CP Altitude won the contest, which is a really good map. I believe Pass Small Time got second or third place, which actually somewhat included me in that because I did the custom pastime announcer voice lines for Flurry for that map, and then incorporated some of the stuff he did for Small Time into Gridiron. But I still want to keep Gridiron mostly how stock pastime is. 14-bit is working on a map called Pass Gigantic, which is a really good-looking map. I'm not gonna lie, it's really pretty. But he's trying to keep it as stock as possible for pastime, for vanilla pastime. Small Time changes a lot of things to try to improve pastime. I'm trying to find a nice middle ground where a lot of the stuff is still stock, but I'm also adding some of the improvements from Flurry's Small Time prefab that he created for Small Time, in order to try to find a nice, happy medium where a map in pastime plays well. Now, a problem that I've been having with this map for a while is the mid area, and the problem that I'm having in the mid area is that engineers have a tendency to lock it down. And whichever team has the ball has a tendency to own it and keep it. And no matter how much I change things around, I can't seem to get whoever doesn't take mid first to be able to get it somewhat easily, and that's a problem. It's a problem that I've seen on other pastime maps. Small Time sort of has this problem, but it's not quite as much just because of how short it is. Gigantic, that I talked about before, does have this problem somewhat, where trying to get the jack through mid can be a nightmare. Trying to think of official maps. District, I don't think has this problem. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, District does have this problem, even though it's got its 3-lane thing going on with 3 direct routes. All the 3 lanes converge on both sides of mid, which can be covered by the opposing team pretty easily. Brickyard, I don't think Brickyard has this problem too bad because of its ridiculous verticality, which isn't really something that's going to fit in Gridiron. I have to completely redesign a lot of it, which I'm not very keen to do. And Timbertown is pretty open. Its mid is very, very open, which makes trying to build up sentries in there not really a thing, but it does make scouts and snipers like all over the dang place on that map, even though, I mean, a lot of people consider Timbertown to be the best official pastime map. I'm not a big fan of any of the 3 of them. Personally, I like District the most, but a lot of people seem to gravitate towards Timbertown for some reason. Timbertown, to me, is just a bit too big, too open, too empty. But yeah, I'm trying to find a nice middle ground here with Gridiron. So what I did is I lowered these low areas. I lowered them even more to create even more height advantage for anybody who's trying to attack down here. Now, this might actually be a bad thing. I have seen where engineers have been building up sentries and stuff. They like to build the sentries up over here, they like to build the sentries up here, and they like to build the sentries up around here someplace. The reason why I lowered this is so if a sentry's built down here, you still have a good amount of height advantage over top of it. But the problem is that you go down and then you go back up, so if you're going back up, you do have height disadvantage even more now, depending upon what part of this coal pile you're at. But mid, I moved the mid bridge. That needs to be changed. I moved the mid bridge thing down a bit. I was thinking about putting a path through here, through the bottom of it, but to actually make it a real bridge. But I was sort of thinking that that would just make too many paths and wouldn't really help, so I decided against it. A while ago, I got rid of the big block machines that were here. They weren't even really anything besides just brushwork made to hopefully look like something. And I put these barriers here, which are a lot thinner, which make it harder for classes to stand up here and get just dominating high ground. And I changed this around and put some cover here so that if you build a sentry right here, hopefully it's not as much of a problem. There's a little bit of height disadvantage, especially if you're up here. You can use the height disadvantage to your advantage to win that way. And if a sentry's built up here, you've got some cover but from these barrels to go around this side. So you're not as open to the sentry for as long. Hopefully that will work. These catwalks up here were really designed for taking out sentries in this area, but they don't seem to quite be enough just as of yet. Trying to figure out how to put some high ground in here that will help people deal with sentries and not be overpowered for other classes has been a real head scratcher. We're trying to figure out how to make a route that will let people go through mid without coming into too much of a choke, but making it fair so a scout doesn't just run all the way through, and capture has also been a bit of a difficult thing trying to figure out. I've noticed that a lot of pushes have a tendency to stall out in this part of the map. They get to here and then they kind of stall out. So I had played around with the idea of moving the base trigger back to here, and that would change when spawns change. So you would have to get the jack to at least this spot before red team, on the red side, would start using the back spawn instead of the spawn that's over there. I'm pointing, you can't see me. The spawn that's in that building over there for the forward spawn. That didn't play well, so I've reverted everything back to how it used to be. And it's back to the spawns change when the ball comes out of here into the base. But I did do something that might change things a lot, and we'll have to see. I took the throw-in spawn, not throw-in spawn, throw-in goal, and I put it here. Now, the throw-in goal through this map's development, it started here, and then I moved it over here, and now I've moved it here. And the idea is, since the pushes for this map have a tendency to die out at this area, hopefully people will be able to get to this area and then do a I mean, if you're a heavy who has farther throwing than any other class, you can actually throw and get a goal from this spot. Scouts cannot. Scouts can't even get a goal from the ground. They have to at least jump once, and I think that makes things a bit more even considering how quick and easy scouts can get goals normally. The favored route for this map is coming out this way, going over here, going down, or over this, and then you could go up here and then chuck the ball in and get a throw-in goal that way, and it was too difficult to defend against. By moving the throw-in goal, this route, which was the favorite route, now focuses on the run-in goal. So going this way, you still get the run-in goal to go for, but if you go this way, you're not going to get the throw-in goal. You have to take a different route through this path over here, which should help get teams to use more of the map so everybody's not in the same spot. Moving the throw-in goal also should do a secondary thing by making it so that teams have to defend more than one area in order to defend the goals. They need to defend here, but they also need to defend here. So just building up here is not going to be enough because there's also this path. You can go this way, go up over here, go this way, jump over that. If you use this launch pad, which I've put a nice conveyor belt texture on, you can use the launch pad to jump yourself up to get a goal here, or to jump yourself all the way over and get the bonus goal, which is now over here. The bonus goal used to be this spot, but I had to move everything over because I put that there, and it just wouldn't. I didn't think it. I mean, it could work, but I didn't think it would work super great to have it to jump and then have to throw diagonally. Maybe I'll put it back. I don't know. But there's also this bottom path. You can go this way, hop over this, go over here, and get the run-in goal like that, and go completely around the back of the team. So I'm hoping that these changes make it so that more of the map is used, more width of the map is used, which should make it harder to defend, and therefore easier for teams to get points, and so most rounds don't go how they usually go in pastime, which is going to the timer. I still have the overtime goal, which is here. When the round goes into overtime, this door opens and this goal becomes active, so you can throw the goal in there to score. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. Since I moved the throw-in goal forward, I may remove the overtime goal. But we'll have to wait and see how things go. Now that the Rule of 3 contest is over, I don't have to worry about only having 3 goals active at a time, the run-in, the bonus, and the throw-in. I can do 4 goals active at a time. Previously, I had it so that the throw-in goal would shut, and the forward overtime goal would open. That way there'd only be 3 goals available at one time for the Rule of 3 contest, since the Rule of 3 contest was based around 3 objectives, and that would make only 3 objectives available at once. Contest is over, I can have 4 objectives now. Gonna play around with it, see how things work. This is probably some of the most drastic changes I've made to this map in a while, but the other changes I was doing wasn't enough to make the map better. So I'm one of those people who, when I look at a map or look at a project and I see that it's not working, I would rather make drastic changes that actually fix a problem than small changes that don't do anything. From all of the map testing that I've gone through and all the map development that I've done up to this point, I have come to that conclusion that it is best to do big, swathing changes that actually attempt to address a problem and may actually fix the problem, then do small changes that don't do anything and the main problem is still there. So, if this doesn't work, if this doesn't improve the map, I'm not entirely sure what else I can do to Gridiron. I might just have to call it done because I've run out of ideas, but hopefully this will improve it enough that we'll be able to call Gridiron done. And that'll be another map off the list, another game mode, put a check mark next to so I never have to touch pastime again. Unless I want to in the future, but probably won't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of the map and the video and the changes in the comments section below on this video or on the TF2 Maps page for the map, which you'll find a link to that in the description of said video you're currently watching. You can subscribe here if you want to see more mapping videos. You can check out my main channel, which is youtube.com/MegapiemanPHD, if you want to see more stuff I put over there whenever I put stuff over there. It's been a while. I probably should upload something on that channel at some point in the near future. But I don't know what yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.